going to move to our next guest, our next portion, which I'm excited about, and Lita Buchanan, and Lita Eaton Buchanan, all the Eaton. Okay, so I'm excited to have her as our panelist. She is no stranger to social media. Let me just say that she's an educator, and I'll let you share the rest about you because you can talk best about yourself. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Good morning. I'm Alita Eaton Buchanan, and I am a special educator, mentor, teacher self-care advocate, mental health care advocate, all of the things. But the reason I'm here today is my passion for educators of color and the lack thereof. When Vashanti and I initially talked about this, my face just lit up. On Instagram, I'm mainly known for my self-care, but a big part of my self-care is my mental state. And I like to use this quote. I kind of play off of it, so I don't want to ruin it too much. But I say to be an educator in America is to be in a constant state of trauma. And of course, that's a play on another quote. But we come to the table with so much trauma from the get-go that trying to be an educator in a space where it's predominantly white is a challenge before you even get to the interview. They have decided who you are. They've decided what you're capable of and the impact that you're able to make. Educator by trade. So I have some statistics for you guys, and it shouldn't blow your mind. It's nothing that we don't know. Education is 79% white, and more specifically white women. 9%, I say Latino, but it says Hispanic, the stats. 7% Black and 2% Black men. And those are powerful stats if you just let that sink in. Think about the diversity, and I'm from Romeoville, Bolingbrook. I had 2 kids that went through the system, and one day the challenge to them was, how many Black teachers have you seen? From kindergarten until you cross the stage. Both of them graduated from Romeoville High School. And at first they both looked at me and I said, no, I'm your mom. I haven't been, technically your teacher. And they both referred to the same exact music teacher who had retired before I had even asked that question of them. Wow. And it made my stomach churn. There are so many educated Black people that are either capable of teaching or have the credentials to teach, and they choose not to. And I'm big on quotes. Another quote is, you burn down the bridge and that's why we don't visit. Mm-hmm. And I use that quote. I was able to, in light of the George Floyd incident, everybody jumped on the, I don't want to say bandwagon because that's kind of a bad word for it, but everybody wanted to have a rally and speak up and speak out. And, they happened to ask me to speak at a rally in Naperville. At Plainfield, actually. And so the superintendent of the district was there and the board president was there. And I spoke about the same topic that I'm speaking about now. Why don't you seek, hire, and retain educators of color? It's not enough to hire us. You need to pour into us. You need to sow into us, and you need to teach the people around us how to be more culturally aware and culturally sensitive.
That's good.
We come with a lot. And so educators need to be educated when you have a person of color in the building. And I remember the board president feeling me out. And he came up to me.
You went on mute.
There we go. That might help.
He came up to you
and he says to me, well, I don't have a lot of Black candidates. And that's one of my favorite quotes to throw back at them. You burn down the bridge and ask why we don't visit. I know what I'm going to get in your district. I know what I'm facing. I have often been the only educator of color. And you guys know one represents all. So I can't be Anlita. I have to be every Black woman that ever existed. Mm-hmm. And I have to represent her, and I have to be perfect. And anytime that I speak up for myself, I'm aggressive. I'm confrontational.
And all so the negative things, right?
All the negative, and my colleagues can share that same passion and literally will tell administrators what they will and won't do. And they're seen as spirited, or, oh, they're a challenge. You know what? I decided that I'll be that. I'm going to be all of those things. And you're going to deal with it. And this is where we're going to sit it. And it's uncomfortable. And I bring up all the uncomfortable conversations. I recently, at my most recent job, we have a group chat. I'm going to give you guys a little insider information as to what my days are like. I'm known for my head wraps. I don't have one on today, but I proudly wear African head wraps. I teach the art and history of head wrapping. Is something very near and dear to my heart, and our kids need to see it. Not just the young ladies, the young men need to see women stand like a queen with the head wrap on. And so I had asked for a twin day. You know, everybody, if you have kids or familiar with the school environment, we do Spirit Week at school. And one of the days was twin day. And I got excited because I'm thinking someone can twin with me and wear a head wrap. Now, I'm in Chicago Public Schools. It's a predominantly Black school, predominantly Black staff. However, we do have a couple of white staff members. And one felt compelled to, in a very funny manner, so she thought, say, well, I can do it. I have a towel and some big hoops at home. So I had decided, I contacted a friend of mine and I said, I think I'm about to lose my job. Because again, I'm going to make this uncomfortable. This is about to get ugly. And you're going to get the best Christian professional clapback that I can give you on this chat, because that's where you put it. So part of the problem is we have to start putting things back out there the way they're presented to us. So no, I wasn't going to contact her personally. I wasn't going to do any of that. You're going to get this where you put it. And I let her know I'm offended. My feelings are hurt. And if you took a look at me, even today, when have you ever seen me wear some big hoops? And if I did, what is it to you? So let me hand you this article from Cornell University that explains the reason why we have head wraps in the first place. It's because we were enslaved between the lice and the fact that white men desired desired Black women and our wild, sexy hair. They had to find a way to tame it. And as usual, we took the scraps you gave us and turned it into something divine. That's why we rap to the gods. We don't rap like anyone else. Our head wraps reach to the sky because we are literally rapping to the gods.
And so I'm getting chills how you say that.
Yeah.
Educate us, yes.
Here's another facet of it that makes me upset with my fellow educators. Everyone gave me a pat on the back in private. How powerful would it have been to have stood in solidarity with me on that group chat and said, I'm offended?
Just to share, just what she said, just to take a nugget, I love what she said is that at that rally is that we have to make others culturally aware with African-American teachers, right? How to treat us. And that was a perfect example of now here it is, a colleague to say something like this, oh, I wear a towel and earrings. That's totally offensive, and congratulations, kudos to you for stepping up and sharing and saying, hey, no, not today, not today, because again, how many people have experienced that as they've already told it, but nobody says anything? So you're going to continue to let her do this over and over again? No, it has to stop.
And I think Shanti, and not only that, but another thing is she said that her colleagues privately, appreciated what she said, but they couldn't do it. They couldn't do it in front. They couldn't do it on the actual chat, and that's just her. That's no different than anybody else. People can come to you on the side and say, girl, look, I appreciate you. But where she needed the support was where she was where the girl made the comment at. So again, it's just so many different biases and stuff. It's just unbelievable. But that was a great conversation.